How are you, lovely buggers? What a glorious morning. It's Wednesday morning. I think it's the 19th. I've not put a video on for a long time, and I'm just sat here having a quiet coffee while I have a break from work. And I just thought, you know what, I'm looking at the pond and some things are popping into my head, so it's about time I just put my video on, recorded something, and then maybe, look to put something together. Maybe I should do that more. Anyway, look, the wood pigeon taking a drink. So let's have a quick look at where I'm at. Well, as you all know, for one of my last videos I did a PPing in spring. Yeah, shoot me down, I don't care. Anyway, I did a PPing, and the weather has been, pardon my language, absolutely shite. It's absolutely lovely today. However, despite the lovely, was it March, where we had in the UK the driest March I think for 63 years or something like that. It was really nice. Let's have no rain. Well, it's made up for it in the last month, and it's been pretty chilly, so the temperatures haven't risen that much. Saying that, it's been minimum of say 10 degrees, so the pond hasn't really dropped. It's been about 10. I think it's about 12 now, 13. So let's have a quick look while we're on. Try not to drop my phone in the pond, but it's waterproof anyway. Yep, so that's saying it's 14 degrees in there, which for water temperatures are pretty good. Now, I've seen quite a lot of videos. In fact, let me just go back. One of my first videos this year, my fish looking great as they do now. A couple little marks on a couple maybe, but I was really pleased. Come out of winter when I took my pond balls off, which by the way, when I took them out, they was a bit grubby. Now the air's got to them, they look really clean now. Pressure washed them, and they look really clean now. I've got to sort my greenhouse and store them. But anyway, that's another thing. I'd mentioned that. Pond balls, they had green on them, blasted them, and I thought, oh, they're going to remain mucky. But once the sun gets to them, it kind of, I don't know, just vanishes and blows off. So they're back to looking great. To the pond, it's just, I should record really what temperatures. I always think I'm going to put a little graph and do temperatures, and every day, and have a look at the pond temperature. You can see trends at different years, because sometimes we go on assumptions and last time was, last year was okay, we've not had it like this before, that type of thing. We start talking like that and we're not basing it on facts. So I'm going to try and refrain from that, even though it does feel like this time of year this year it has been, dull-ish, sunny outbreaks like this, but then we have had some rain. And testament to that, what I'm saying is if you look at my grass, just look how long the grass is, because I haven't been able to mow it because it's just been rain, dry every day. I think we've had rain every day for a month at some point in the day. So my fish have been looking great, but what I will say is I've been looking at some videos, some other people, some other YouTubers, Koi Diaries being one of them, but having some problems. And I've been looking at mine, and I've noticed in the last week or so I just seem to be having a bit of a mini increase in something going off. So I've noticed a bit of flashing on a couple of fish. You might see them do it in a minute. A couple of fish have got some, can't really see it at the moment. That Goshki had a bit of a thicker slime coat on. The slime coat seems to be going off it again a bit better. Where is it? This one here. On this side, I think it is, somewhere here. We've got a couple of race scales. There's another one that I'm going to get out this weekend. I've been waiting till the weather picks up. I don't want to get them out when it's really cold, if I'm honest with you. I just want to pick a nice day where I can relax and do it calmly, instead of rushing and think it's going to rain. Just want to, this one, look, there's a bit of pox on its side and a bit of a race scale. That's pox. This one there, that's got a race scale there. Look, you might just be able to see it just there. It's got a red mark. It looks a bit sort of itchy, and as we know, or you may not know, and that starts happening, it's a bit of a telltale sign of your parasites, water, something's going off, something's changed, and you can't ignore it, because once a koi's, see it there, red, it's red, look. So once its skin has been broke, that's the time where you can get infections and secondary infections. So it depends what it is. They can just sometimes get internal infections, which comes from inside to out and shows that way. Or you can get something like a parasite, for example. You treat the pond, you kill the parasite, but then it's left with what the parasite caused. And then that then causes obviously a little bit of damage on the skin, which you probably can't see at first. But then it gradually, it either heals, okay, by the fish's immune system and its slime coat and stuff like that, or sometimes it doesn't, and then it just gets worse. And then once you've got the barrier of the koi, that's when then the water and the balance between the internal and the external can be compromised, so to speak. So that's it in non-technical terms, you want to call it in that. I'm not all the right words or anything like that, but that's it in a nutshell. And that's when you can have problems. But it's more often than not with ulcers and stuff, it stems from something else that created that. So what they start doing is the itching, and like us, they can't just scratch, so they have to itch on the side of ponds and the bottom of pumps and stuff. And when they do that, that's when then it's like you scratching your skin. If you keep scratching the same spot or area, it would then become inflamed, and then you'd probably get, if you rubbed it that hard, you know, it turns into like a bit of a burn and a scab. Well, the fish are no different, they're the same. So think of it in that way, and that's when then they get compromised, and then it can get into a small infection, can get bigger and bigger and bigger. And like anybody, like a human, if you get a real bad infection in a wound, it's very difficult to sort, because you shower, you bathe, you might not dry, and in summer you might sweat, so your skin's perspiring, so it's very difficult to then heal. And that's where then fish are no different. They can have the same problem because they're in bloody water, and if the water's not in top quality as well, the dirty, the water quality is battling against it as well. So it's like a combination. This one, look, a beautiful Tancho Goshki has got a race scale. So I'm going to get all these out this weekend, I think, if it's going to be a nice day. Get my bowl in the pond and I'm going to treat them, clean the skin, spray some anti-bac on them, put them back. Now, as you can notice, there's a bit of foam on the pond, and that's because I've been treating with chloramine T for 4 days. I put chloramine T in for 4 days, and the reason behind that is I'm edging my bets. I've not done scrapes yet, so people are absolutely go mental, I'm sure. Oh, you should do scrapes first, but I'm not saying this is the right thing to do. I'm edging my bets because I know that the chances are, because of what I've seen in the past, this is possibly flukes or another parasite. So I'm kind of preparing for that. So I know the PP would have knocked parasites down, and I know the chloramine T would help with bacteria and also parasites as well, to what I dosed at. So with that program, if you like, I'm edging my bets, because the reason I've done that as well, because when you do that, it can knock your filters. Well, I thought, well, because the weather's been cold, I've got pond bombs still. In my previous video, I've got pond bombs, 3 of them, round ones that you put in. I think they do 20,000 litres per pond bomb. So I'm waiting until this weather kind of turns, and I've done this treatment. So I'm thinking, right, that's it now. Knock my filters now. Get the pond bomb in, and then let it hopefully go. So that is hopefully going to be in the next week or so. And the weather, hopefully, we're going to get into June now. That's it. It's going to start taking off. We can not worry about frost and stuff like that. But I've not put my pond bombs in because I've been conscious that I'm going to use chloramine T, and I didn't want to knock off knock the bacteria again once I put it in, if that makes sense. Can you see the where is it? I can't even see it because of the video. Just there, look. That's the foam fractionator on the bottom of the pond. The water just gets pumped in because of the velocity. It's got a tube at there, and it just, the bubbles, the foam just creates in the bottom of the shower, and it comes out there. So I've noticed that I've got more dissolved organic compounds in there, and I think that's because of the chloramine T yesterday. It's not done that before, the other 3 treatments, but I put it in yesterday and it's come out today, and it's like this. Probably because of raised temperature. Fish might have been thrashing about. I don't know whether there's a bit of breeding going on, I don't know. I don't think there's not seen any of that type of activity, but you never know. So yeah, so that's it, catch up. So I'm hopefully going to get, weather's going to turn a little bit and get that bloody grass cut, get out here, get the fish out, give them some scrapes, get me I get my laptop here, I'll get my laptop set up with me micro mini grabber, and on the microscope so I can grab the footage if I want to. It's easy to see on screen. I have that set up here where I'm sitting. I get all set up here with all my treatments out and stuff. I'll take this trough out the way, so I've got a gap. I'll have my floating tub here, and I'll have me, pan net, and I'll get the fish in, and one by one I'll go over every single one, I think, this year. So I'll have every single fish out, and then I'll just turn them upside down, inspect them, and any little knocks and abrasions and stuff, I'll clean the skin and then just anti-bac it and then put them back in and see how it goes from there, and then hopefully put some pond bomb in, and that's me prep for the summer. If I do find parasites, I might find fluke. If I do find fluke, I normally order direct 100% Prasi Quentinel. But this year I've been hearing some good stuff about Learnex, so I might just go straight to Learnex and use that, Learnex Pro. But I've got to see, yeah. Hopefully they'll come back clear. I did do a water test the other day, and it is showing ammonia. But I don't trust the ATI. I don't trust that ammonia kit, because I've had false positives on that before. So I'm taking that with a pinch of salt, but that could be a reason as well. So there might be a combination of water temperature, a bit dank, a bit, just not rising or anything. And the drops have not been doing it any good. And then, like I say, just the weather, and then maybe the water, because the filters haven't been going well because of the temperature. And you can start throwing a bit of food in there, so maybe the ammonia's creeped up as well. So that's got on the toxic side because of pH. So it's them type of things I'm thinking about, a bit of a combination. But hopefully I can get over that. It's not too bad. Like I say, there's a few fish. Hope your fish are okay. No doubt some of you have been suffering the same problems, might be worse. I've been lucky. The fish are looking good. I've had no deaths. Happy days. Have a great week. Bloody hell, 14 minutes of rambling. Sorry about that. I hope it's been a bit of a update, if you like, where I am. And the next one, you'll hopefully see me by the pond, and I'll show you doing my scrapes and stuff like that. It'll probably be organised chaos, because it's not easy doing it. Fish flashing about everywhere and trying to catch them. It's always a good fun, but hopefully I can catch some footage with that, and see you soon.